good, YouTube? It's your boy, Coach TDOT. They subbed me out, but I'm back in the game, Coach. I'm back with some more heat for y'all, so check it out. We're going to get right into it. Today, we're going to react to NBA legends telling funniest Michael Jordan stories. I don't understand. What's so funny about y'all getting y'all ass bust? That's what I really want to know. Because if that's what y'all was so funny to y'all in these stories, I'm very interested and compelled to understand what's wrong with y'all in telling these stories, folks. Thinking shit funny. It ain't nothing funny about getting cooked, G. Alright, so for all my new viewers, I don't fake none of my reactions. All my reactions are live, and we're going to watch this shit together. Without further ado, against Mike. Let's do it. Make sure y'all smash that like
story
button,
that I want to take a look at is from Chauncey Billups, who actually has a very, very funny one. Let's take a look.
So a lot of people didn't talk a lot of trash to me as well. But when I was a rookie, my very first game playing against Michael Jordan and the Bulls. And we had a guy named Greg Minor guarding him. And, you know, it was a little dust up. Greg's playing hard. He's playing, of course, you got to play as hard as you can. It's MJ.
Right.
It's opening night.
Right.
My mom at home watching, the kids watching, everybody watching.
Facts.
So they got in a little scuffle. MJ's going to the free throw line. And he looks at Greg and he says, I should make you take my shoes off. I looked down, I didn't even realize it. I looked down and he got the Jordans on. So I said, oh man, this is my first game ever. I said, this is what I got to look forward to.
You learned a valuable lesson though, right?
Well, obviously I didn't say much to MJ the rest of the night.
That's
right. Yeah, as you were smart. You were smart. Now your homie, whoever your homie was that Mike said that shit to, if your homie ain't say nothing back, G, Mike hold him, bro. It's that Mike hold your homie. He told him, I should make you take my shoes off, and your homie just sat there. Okay, Michael. Whatever you say, Daddy. Yeah, that's how it happened. So you better do some backtracking. My homie was like, hell no, I ain't doing that shit. I ain't taking your shoes off. Nigga, what's up? If your homie ain't say that, he got hold, G. I'm sorry.
I didn't want to be on that reel, so that
he
was
got
my
hold.
welcome
What you want
to
me
the
to say?
trash
moment,
talking.
even though it wasn't.
He holds your homies.
And the next story that we're going to take a look at gets told by Byron Scott. And Byron Scott obviously played for the Lakers and had many bump-ins with Michael Jordan, but he's also one of the more funnier guys when it comes to telling stories. Let's have a look.
I mean, it was my 10th year in the league, so it was my last year with the Lakers at that time. We had drafted a guy, Anthony Peeler, from Missouri. Lefty, exactly. So I hurt my ankle. So the trainer's like, I don't know if you're gonna be able to play tonight. And I was like, well, we'll see. Let's just wait till game time. So Chicago's bus is coming down the Forum, and I'm walking out. MJ gets off, and he was like, B. Scott, what's up? I said, man, what's up, MJ? He said, man, I heard you ain't playing tonight. I said, yeah, I don't know yet. He said, well, if you don't play, who gonna guard me? I said, Anthony Peeler. He said, the rookie? Shit, 50.
Just like that, Mike? Gee, so Michael's out here calling out 50 pieces, Chad. Fool, you know how raw you gotta be, gang? I'm like dead ass. You know how raw you have to be to call out a 50 piece, G? That ain't something you just waking up out of bed getting. You gotta put in real work to get 50. So the fact that Mike was calling that shit out, he knew it was gonna be a long night for the other nigga. Cause to wanna go for 50, that take a lot of energy, chat. So for him to walk in on that, talking about 50, man, you dealing with a fucking psychomaniac, G. A nigga who don't care about nothing, like a nigga who wanna go for 50, G. Like, come on, fo. That takes a lot of energy out of you, chat. Damn, Mike was a goon, folks. You ain't gonna see nothing else like it.
And so,
no hesitation.
No hesitation. So I go home, I come back to the game, got my suit on. The players go out to warm up, and then Anthony's coming towards the bench. And I say, Anthony, listen. He said he's going for 50 tonight. So what you don't want to do is piss him off.
Right, yeah.
I said, this is how you guard MJ. I said, don't be all physical and trying to body him, because he's going to go around you, man.
Yeah.
I said, back up, give him space, dare him to shoot jump shots, challenge him. He make them.
Right.
I got him. Okay. Every time MJ scored, he looked at me on the bench.
Told you.
54.
Hey, Ted! Hey, I told y'all Michael's a goon, bro. Man, he gave that nigga 54. Oh, no, bro. Oh, no. And y'all heard what he said. The young buck was like, man, I got him, baby Scott. I'm locking that shit up. Oh, happy man, sit your rookie ass down, man. Oh, happy ass. Happy to get your ass 50 balled, huh? The nifty 50, that's what I call it, chat. He got that nifty 50 special, huh? You feel me? Oh, fuck, I ain't finna be, man. That shit crazy, bro.
54. And Mr. Dunk, Mr. Breakaway Dunk that hit the back of the rim.
Yeah, I remember that.
54.
Little side joint.
Yeah,
I remember.
Told me, he said 50. 54.
Now, as we all know, Steve Kerr is not only one of the best three-point shooters of all time, but also one of the most funniest people who ever been around the NBA. And yeah, obviously it had to feature more than one story. Let's take a look.
Well, I've had a few of them. I routinely got embarrassed by guys who were a lot faster than me, for sure. But I actually had to guard Michael one night. I played in Cleveland for the Cavs for a few years and started about 20 straight games because Craig Elo was injured.
Okay.
And most nights it was all right. I could find somebody I could guard, but here we play the Bulls, and
Most nights.
I got Michael. So we start out the game. I get the first shot of the game, first possession. He closes out on me. I knock down a jumper. I'm feeling pretty good. Next couple minutes, he's just kind of dumping the ball inside. We've played 5 minutes. He hasn't scored, and I'm kind of feeling pretty good about myself. And finally, I realized, well, he hasn't even shot yet. So he was just trying to get everybody else involved. Long story short, he finished with 48, and I finished with 2.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. What? What? Wait, did I hear that shit right, man?
Finally, I realized, well, he hasn't even shot yet. So he was just trying to get everybody else involved. Long story short, he finished with 48, and I finished with 2.
How? Oh my gosh, Chad, how does that happen, Chad? Do you know what this remind me of? This remind me of that Reggie Miller story where Reggie was cooking Mike in the first half of the preseason game. He had like 12 points. Mike had like 8. Mike finished the game with 40 points. Reggie finished with 12, Chad. So, my nigga, you basically telling me, Steve Kerr, this is what you trying to tell me right here. You scored the first bucket of the game, my nigga. Mike didn't score for the whole first quarter, whatever you was talking about. And Mike ended with 48 and you only had 2 points to close the game? Gee. I know that ain't what you trying to sit here and tell me right now, Steve. Steve! Man. Y'all are something else with these stories, man. I can't believe that shit, man. What type of true competitor gonna just allow his man to just continuously score 48 points back to back to back to back, and you only stuck with 2 points, G? What true competitor is gonna let that shit happen, man? I don't know none. All the real goons I know, let a motherfucker get 20 points on them, G. They fighting. They fighting. It ain't even gonna get to 30. 40, 50, none of that shit. None of that shit will even get close to a real goon's mind, chat. A real goon, like I said, once your ass get to creeping on 20 points, after that, it gets disrespectful for me. I'm gonna wanna fight. See, so kids, if y'all out here allowing niggas to just get y'all 40 and 50 and y'all not doing shit, chat, that's the worst way to go about things as a hooper, man. The disrespect levels is through the roof.
It was like, bam, all of a sudden it was like he decided, I'm gonna start scoring now, and I'm gonna guard the guy, and there was nothing I could do.
Steve, what was that first year like? You're playing for Cotton?
For Cotton Fitzsimmons,
Yeah.
my experience was totally different than these guys because I was a late second round pick. I didn't know if I was going to make the league. I was on a non-guaranteed contract, and I'll never forget one of my first exhibition games. We played the Bulls, and I was just trying to make the roster. And Michael Jordan gets the ball right in front of our bench. And I'm already scared to death. Like, God, I hope I don't get into this game. I'm not ready for this stuff. And he holds the ball out. He holds the ball out and he looks right at me. And I'm on the bench just kind of like, he holds the ball out and he goes, watch this. And he turns, he went right around Dan Marley, bam, dunks it, looks back at our bench and just starts laughing. And I'm looking like, there's no way in hell I can ever make the
Now I really don't like it. I thought he looked at you and said, 10 years from now, I'm going to throw this.
Yeah.
He always called me short, little fella. Yeah, you need little ass. He always called me little ass and that sort of stuff. So we playing against them. Of course, he got the ball. He just came back from retirement. He got the ball up in the air, and I'm playing on the baseline one-on-one. And of course, everybody on my team know that I don't like help. Don't come and help me.
Muggsy Bogues, G. Did you just say you ain't need help? My nigga. Muggsy, I hope you know you was, my nigga, you was 5'2" on a good day, my nigga. Chad, Muggsy Bogues was 5'1.5". Who the hell? Alright, Muggsy, who didn't you think you needed help with, G? Cause who in the NBA was you gonna guard one-on-one and they was just gonna let you? He just said, I didn't need help. I didn't like help. You was gonna need all the help you could get, G. Stop it. Any help that you could have gotten was very needed, my guy. Talking about I didn't like help. Nigga, you was 5 feet. In high heels. Talking about I ain't need help. The pride on this nigga right here, man. I hope y'all know pride is one of the 7 deadly sins. The pride on this nigga, man. For you to say I didn't need help at 5 feet, G, is absolutely ridiculous, man. No help on Michael Jordan at that, folks. Let's hit this dumb shit again one more time.
The ball up in the air, and I'm playing on the baseline one-on-one. And of course, everybody on my team know that I don't like help. Don't come and help me. You know, I don't care where the guys. Don't come and help me. Because no back and try to back me down because guys ain't used to playing their back to the backs anyway. But anyway, this particular moment, and I guess this became infamous because he got it as a card that's out where he holding the ball up. And I guess this became infamous because
hey, he actually just stripped that bitch from Mike though, bro. Hey, maybe he wasn't capping. Chad, maybe he wasn't capping after all. Maybe he didn't need the help. He just stripped that bitch from Mike, G. Look.
They back to the backs anyway. But anyway, this particular moment, and I guess this became infamous because he got it as a card that's out where he holding the ball up, and I'm looking right at him.
I seen it.
And I'm talking shit to him. Yeah. And I'm talking shit to him. I'm telling him, come on, what you gonna do? And then all of a sudden, he started to try to back me in. And try to back me in and try to back me in. And then all of a sudden, he tried to turn around and shoot his little jumper. I smacked it down, but they called illegal defense on somebody because they was on across the line. But I always fucking with that time. Look, you know that was a steal, don't you?
Did you think you were as good as Jordan?
That is hilarious.
At that time.
You know what? I think certain players, when you're at a certain level and top 5, 10, whatever, top 20 in the league, you feel like you're the best player. And so when I stepped on the court, even against Jordan, I always felt like I was the better player. And when I came back, whether I was the better player or not, that's what I felt. But when I came back after 4 years,
Grant Hill. There has never been a time where I've been so baffled. Grant Hill, there should be no reason ever in your monkey ass life where you felt like you was better than Michael Jordan when you stepped on the court with him, G. For me to hear you say some shit like this just tell me something was off up here. Let's just keep it real, raw, and authentic. Something was wrong up here, Chad. Or he was off that shit. It's one or the other. He was either off that shit or something was off up here. He was a little loony, folk. Because there has never been a time where a nigga was like, Grant Hill was better than Michael Jordan, folk. Now, granted, you may have had some okay, solid games. You may have had some solid games against Mike. Don't get me wrong, Grant. You were still a goon. I give you that. But my nigga, there has never been a time where you stepped in a fucking NBA when you was better than Michael Jordan, G. So let's just stop that shit right. You niggas is gonna stop with these outrageous ass stories and just lying, just saying shit because y'all think it make y'all look. Nigga, you never felt like you was better than Michael Jordan. Let's just be real, man. Let's just be real. Keep it a buck, Grant. You just saying this shit to sound cool, like I had heart. I was one of them niggas I could guard. Nigga, you wasn't fucking with Mike, man. You just wasn't. You wasn't, Grant. Come on, man. Come on, G. Come on, man. You was good. You gave Mike some good battles, but you was not fucking with Mike, for I don't care what court you thought you stepped on. You know.
Years. I mean, think of Derrick Rose and all the stuff he went. That was 2 years.
Yeah.
So I had 4 years of just, injuries, the body betraying you. You lose the confidence in your body, but you also lose the confidence in who you are. So instead of feeling like I'm that best player, now I'm just happy to be back. You want me to guard Kobe? All right, I'll go guard Kobe, and so I lost a little bit of that edge that's necessary, I think, to be at that level.
All right, your Jordan story before we take a break.
So Jordan, I'm playing in Orlando. It's his last year. We play them in Orlando first, and I'm blocking his shot. Like, I'm locking him up. Like, I'm doing my thing again. I blocked his shot like 3 or 4 times. Like, I'm having my way against him defensively. Now, granted, he's 40 years old, but I'm feeling good about myself. So fast forward a month later, we're in D.C. My ankle, we go to a doctor in Baltimore, and basically he tells me I'm done. Like, my ankle's, once again, it's not healed, it's broken, I have to have surgery. But I wanted to play against Jordan one last time. And so we're playing the Wizards. It's a TNT game.
Wait,
Thursday
don't you
night.
want to go out where you dominate him and you're blocking his shots?
I'm just thinking, my ego. Like, I'm thinking, I had him the last game. I don't need this left ankle. Just give me some.
I only need
Motrin.
one ankle.
Give me a bunch of Motrin. I'm
Okay.
gonna go out here. And when I tell you, he torched me in that first quarter. Like, literally, he gave me 20 points in the first quarter on the same play. Like, he just ran the same play every time and did this, and I could not guard him. And so, literally, I checked out of the game at the end of the first quarter, and I didn't even go to the bed. I just walked back to the locker room. Like, I was done. Like, literally had surgery like a couple days later. But it was like, I wanted to guard Jordan one last time. And you're right, I shouldn't have. I should have just let that go.
Did he know?
It was that serious, G. You was willing to fuck your ankle up like that much more, that you had to go step out there on the court with Mike one last time and get a 20-piece put on you in the first quarter? Oh no, Grant. Gee. You wasn't supposed to go out like that, Grant. Oh, you were supposed to have at least a good dub on Mike last game. Locked him up, held him to 15 points. Nigga, he put a good 20-piece special on your head in the first quarter game. Had your ass limping off the court to the locker room at the end of that shit. Man, ain't that some shit, man?
You were a wounded animal.
He probably did, because he went at me and
he didn't
the
care.
Same move.
You know what? Making this video,
That's some, man. Woo! That should be, man, that would hurt my ego so much, Chad. That would hurt my ego so much. For a nigga, my idol just gave me 20 G in one quarter. Sent my ass packing back to the locker room limping. Sorry as hell. Limping back to the locker room, man. Sad as hell. These MJ stories is hilarious. Now the The Steve Kerr one, folks, that had to be the worst one, G. You scored the first bucket of the game. Mike wasn't doing shit the whole first quarter. He ended with 48 points. So basically, he had 50, and you still ended with 2. That's gotta be the worst story, G, out of all of the ones in this video. Cause that either shows how much of a goon Mike was, or Steve Kerr. That shows just how much of a, I don't even want to say it, like, God, for a nigga to score 48 and hold you to 2 points is just crazy, G. I ain't never heard of no shit like that. And to be retelling that story like it's funny or something. Like, were you not an NBA player? Were you not a champion, Steve Kerr? You shouldn't be out here saying that stuff, man, and like laughing about it and shit. Gee, he held you to 2 points and had 50. Come on, man. It ain't nothing funny or delightful about that situation at all, G. That's humiliation ritual at its best. That's all that is. That's it. So, hey, Chad, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, man, because I know I did. This was definitely a good video, all right? But, hey, we got more in store for y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. It's your boy, Coach TDOT, man. I'm up at it. I love y'all.